Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Today's podcast is sponsored by SLI Systems, providers of intelligent site search and navigation solutions. Learn more at sli-systems.com and listen to their interviews at ecommercepodcast.com.
Your path to e-commerce success starts right here. You're listening to Practical E-commerce, the podcast for e-commerce results.
Welcome to another edition of Practical E-commerce Podcast. I'm Mitch Bettis, contributing editor for the magazine. We are talking today with Robert Carlton, the president and CEO of Ziminy Inc. Ziminy is a new company coming into the marketplace. They offer digital couponing and various other promotional platforms for merchants and marketers looking to get special coupons in front of targeted groups of shoppers. Mr. Carlton tells us about Ziminy, how the process works, cost for using the product, and it is an interesting product, so we thought we'd let you hear a little bit more about that. You can also log on to Ziminy, ZIMINI.com to learn a little more as well. But we'll get into our interview here with Mr. Carlton as he begins by explaining a little bit about the company.
For those who aren't familiar with Ziminy, tell us a little bit about what that company provides, what products.
Sure. I think the most important thing for people to grasp first about Ziminy is that Ziminy is actually software that runs on the Windows platform that we've developed, and we can talk more about that. But it's really software that we developed to help bring merchants and consumers together sort of in an entirely new way. And, just very briefly, I think from our perspective, the history of digital marketing, digital promotion, digital couponing there's been a lot of changes, but in many ways it has been front and center to consumers. So it's pop-ups, it's search ads, it's tended to be things that were perhaps a little more intrusive. And when we sat down to build Ziminy, what we really wanted to do is to put a new sort of level of respect between how merchants and consumers interact, both for the ability for merchants to find consumers who will really like their products, as well as for consumers to get information that they are really interested in a way that is very non-intrusive.
And so, in terms of the actual kind of couponing function, if I am a consumer, before we get to the merchant side, maybe let's talk about what the consumer sees. How would a consumer use this particular piece of software?
A consumer would come to our website and download the Ziminy software. They run it on their Windows PC. And the software for consumers has really two main functions. It's the place where they build a sort of robust personal profile that covers their interests. And the second thing is it's a place where they get great coupons, special offers, and promotions about products and services that interest them. And let me go just a little bit further. On the consumer side, we provide an opportunity for the consumers to give their interest around 15 different categories: books and magazines, movies, the type of foods they like. And in total, there's some 200 data elements that get captured in the Ziminy software. Now, all of this stays password protected on the user's PC, and they can come in and delete it, edit it, change it as their interests change. But they build this profile, and it is this profile that helps merchants get to consumers offers and promotions that they're really interested in. So the second piece of the consumer application is sort of a My Coupons, Promotions, and Special Offers inbox. And this is the place where, after they've filled out a profile, Ziminy works in the background to find great offers, coupons, and promotions that meet their interests. So, simple example here, if you are a lover of Mexican or Italian food, Zimini works in the background to capture offers and promotions from businesses that sell those products. Another example, if you have a pet, Zimini works to find great offers and promotions about the type of pet that you have. And what's really fantastic about Zimini, both from a consumer and a merchant perspective, is that we've built a tool set to not only find online, but also brick and mortar. So we work equally well for local physical storefronts as well as online storefronts. And that's sort of unique of many of the tool sets that are available today.
Then I would imagine if there is a kind of local brick and mortar component to that, are there ways to target a particular geography? So if I wanted Southwest Montana or upstate New York, is there a way to define a geography in which I am most interested?
Absolutely, and let me give you some context and talk a little bit about the merchant set. So on the merchant side of this software, we really designed this to do a couple of things. And the first is to build and create really robust digital coupons and promotions. And then secondly is have a place to manage and see the results of those promotions. On the first piece of this, when we talk about building a coupon, a digital promotion, or a special offer, we have built into this tool geographic targeting tools, just as you mentioned. Obviously, we have the demographic targeting tools that we talked about, 15 categories, over 200 data items or elements that a merchant can target, and then some interest-based targeting. So, talking specifically about the geographic targeting, let's say there's a merchant that is in Chicago, Illinois, which is where we're based, and they would like to sell their product to individuals that are around them. They can go into the Zimini application, put in their zip code and street address, and we will come back with a recommended sort of radius around their physical location that we recommend they have this promotion delivered. Now, it's not a physical delivery. It goes to all the Zimini users in that radius who also meet the other profile elements of their promotion. Mm-hmm. But there's very robust geographic targeting tools.
On the merchant side, are there any limits? Can any size of merchant offer coupons through a Zimini system? And does that need to be a brick and mortar? Can it be an online only? How does it work from the merchant side? Are there any restrictions on who can participate?
Yeah, on the merchant side, we really designed and built Zimini so there were no restrictions. And in fact, when a merchant goes to create a promotion, they have the option. They can say, I'd like to do a local promotion and use some of the geographic targeting tools in addition to the demographic targeting tools, or I'd like to do an internet-only promotion, and I really am not concerned about geography. I just have a website, let's say, and I sell a certain product, and I'm mostly interested if I sell pet products, for example, for people that have certain types of pets. In addition, a internet merchant can also say, I'd like to target a certain area, and a case where this would be really useful is regional or national differences. So there might be certain products that sell really well on the East Coast, but maybe a different product in your lineup sells better on the West Coast. Using our ability to do geographic targeting and run an internet promotion, a merchant can target that. So we've built a lot of flexibility to what merchants can do. To your question about large or small merchants, we built Zimini to really make the process of creating a digital coupon promotion or special offer very easy for someone that has a small business or a website. So it's a single piece of software. It's all point and click. It's just fantastically easy. It's usable by both online and offline merchants, and merchants whether they be small or enterprise. So as a merchant, let's just continue your analogy of a pet supply business. I have something that's in that space, and I want, whatever my web store is, I want to offer a coupon, and the number of consumers who have that item kind of checked as one of their levels of interest would receive this coupon. Do they physically receive it kind of in a form that looks like a coupon, and then once they get it in whatever form that is, then what happens? Is there, for instance, a hot link that bounces them to a special landing page at my site, or what happens to bring the customer to my site to kind of consummate that sale? Okay, great question. So let's use that analogy. Let's continue with that. And let's say you to your example, you have a website that sells pet supplies, and you decide you want to do a promotion. You would go into Zimini, you'd launch an internet promotion. You might select something like, I'm interested in any user that has any pet, and let's say you want to do a general coupon. Or you could select, I want to target people who have dogs or cats or reptiles. Those would be the options you have. Then when you actually go to build your coupon, we have sort of replicated inside the application what a physical coupon looks like. And the merchant gets to very easily type in a headline, say, save 10% on all dog accessories, subhead, and some other information. We have added the ability for a merchant to either put a phone number in if they'd like to get phone sales through a special channel, or a link to a special landing page or their home page. And that's really up to the merchant. But here again, it's a simple click, enter your link, and that will show up on the coupon for a user to click and jump right to your web page. So potentially there's the opportunity for a lot of customization here. A merchant who wanted to offer a particular segment of pet supplies could set up a special landing page and track it very closely. Conversely, if someone doesn't want to go through that trouble, they could just bring them to the web page, their home page, for tracking of that promotion.
I think you said in the beginning that for the consumer to be able to download the software to my desktop or my workstation is free. I presume the merchant pays some kind of fee to be a part of this service, getting their products in front of customers. What could the merchant expect in terms of some kind of cost structure?
As we launch our product here in the next couple of weeks, we expect that we'll charge a flat fee of around $50 per coupon. And that includes all the things we've been talking about. So there's no additional charges for things like the legal disclaimers or the geographic targeting, or using however many of the demographic targeting items you want to use to help grow your business. The other thing that we do, because we realize at the end of the day it really is about performance, is we estimate for merchants how many customers will meet sort of their target. So if we go back to the example of Pet Store Online looking for dog owners, we come back before we ask the merchant to commit and pay for the marketing and give them an estimate if we think there's X thousands of people that will meet this criteria. We can't guarantee that because people's preferences change.
Of course.
We don't have any way of guaranteeing that someone's actually going to look at the Zimini screen on a particular day. But we do try to give some general guidance about how many consumers might meet this. And that gives the merchant an opportunity to decide, hey, this is good for me or it's not. Or I want to go back and adjust my criteria. I've targeted too highly, and I need to bring some more categories in to get the kind of response that I'd like to see.
If the coupon is about $50 per coupon, is there a length of time that is available to customers? I mean, I presume there's an expiration on the coupon. That's a typical kind of thing. But in terms of the time it is available for a customer to pull down, what is that?
We have set the length of time to be a maximum of 60 days. So when a merchant creates their coupon, it's really up to them to select a start date and an expiration date, and we cap that at 60 days.
So the nutshell there is essentially a single coupon, $50, 60 days. Did I take all those notes correctly?
I think that's a pretty good capture, and the number of consumers that look at that really depends on how the merchant uses the geographic and demographic targeting. The other thing that I think merchants will find interesting is one of the benefits of being able to do multiple coupons is to have the same promotion, the same start and end dates, but different messaging. And using the demographic targeting, a merchant can tweak their message to help improve response rates.
That's it for our interview with Robert Carlton of Zimini. If you'd like more information about digital couponing services through Zimini, you can check out their website at zimini.com. If you have an interesting product that you would like us to know a little more about, or if you have comments on this podcast or others, feel free to log on to our website and drop us a note. Thanks again, and we'll see you again at the next Practical E-Commerce podcast.